Welcome back, everyone.
Welcome back.
I'm Jo'Van,
And I'm Brandice.
and you're watching
Closing the Gap.
We're back again. It's November now. Gobble, gobble. You know, Thanksgiving's coming up.
Whoop, whoop.
Friendsgivings, Thanksgivings, all that good stuff.
Yes. I'm so ready.
And you know what happens at Friendsgivings, right? You know, you have them with your friends, but you also have them at work.
Yes. Actually, I have a Friendsgiving with some coworkers of mine.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Those are fun, right?
Those are fun because,
You know what I'm
those are good work buddies.
Mm-hmm.
And you get together outside of work and just have fun.
What you be bringing, real quick?
Well, we didn't do one last year, but I did a cream corn one year.
I love cream corn.
Yes.
I'll be bringing green bean casserole myself.
Oh,
Yes.
my aunt makes a really good
Oh.
green bean casserole.
Did she put chicken in it?
No.
I do.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
you gotta make that.
Oh.
We might have to do a Friendsgiving.
I'm down. This is my special. It's my special thing. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But you know, when it comes to work and your Friendsgivings, sometimes you might want to bring your significant other. But you know what? The drama starts
What?
when your main thing runs into your work bay. You know what I'm saying? Your work husband, work wife. It's an
Ah.
awkward situation potentially.
I mean, if you are disrespectful and just crossing that line,
What is crossing the line?
because when people have like work bays or work wives or whatever, work husbands, I feel like it's just a thing people say. The respectful ones, anyway.
Okay.
And it's just that comfort. You might get along very well. You help each other out. Or a lot of people, some people nag just like they're their husband or wife. So you feel like you're nagging on time, but you still get along very well. So that's sometimes why people say that. But to your point, there are some people who cross that line, and there are some blurred lines there. If you caught my
Oh, like Robin Thicke?
yes.
Isn't he getting sued again?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, all right, that's another episode. Anyway, yeah. So, like you said, like with the whole thing, and it's really subtle too. I feel like that line it could have been crossed. It may not be like a physical thing, but I was reading an article about work bays and like where the line is and all that stuff, and they were talking about like in some ways where it can be real sensitive. It's like you're telling your work bay things that you don't even tell your spouse.
Yes.
You know what I'm
No,
saying?
but that is a true thing, like across the board.
Right.
Not your coworkers. Because you gotta think about it. You're there 8 hours a day.
Yeah.
And you see them more than sometimes you see your family.
Right.
And so you share some things because you think it's like you have that false comfort or comfort, and it's just like, oh, you just divulging all this stuff, maybe some stuff in your relationship, and it's just like next thing you know, he's like, hey,
Uh-oh.
got you.
Not the arm.
Yeah, I got
Uh-oh.
some coffee.
Oh.
Tell me all about him.
That's what I used to do at the office. When I was in the office. I think I had a work bay. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have a girlfriend during that time though. But anyway, yeah, I would get in my rolling chair and I would roll over, spin. Ooh, good morning, girl. You know what I'm saying? And but anyway, it was real cool. And yes, it's real easy to get really close to those people. To your
Yes.
point, because you're there 8 hours a day.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And like you said, you can easily spend more time with these people than your spouse.
Yes,
You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
So,
Because you do stuff after work, and then next thing you know, you're going to sleep, and it's just like yeah.
you making memories every day about like
Got inside
work stuff,
jokes.
inside jokes.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
a whole thing.
It's a threat.
If you don't have clear boundaries and you're not respectful, I think it can very much be innocent.
Oh yeah, I agree.
I really do.
agree.
For the most part, I do think it can be innocent. Innocent. Okay, real quick. I heard this prank phone call nephew Tommy did on the Steve Harvey Morning
I
Show.
love nephew Tommy.
Oh my gosh,
He's
he
so
did one where the guy called this lady's actual husband. I was like, hey, I'm so and so's work husband, and I was wondering if you could give me. Did you hear that one?
No, keep going. I just know him, so I know it was terrible.
And he was like, so we've been going to lunch all this time, and I'm just wondering, can you like give me some money, or can I get into it was just a whole thing. And no, I'm sorry, he asked for money, and then he asked, can he take her out outside of work because their feelings have grown and he wants to do some. Oh my gosh, it was hilarious. And he was like, you're who, a work what? No. So
Right,
it was a
right.
whole thing. But for the most part, I do believe when most people say it is very innocent. It's
Yeah.
just that comfort, like, oh, you got my back, I got you, or You nag all the time. So I think that's what it is for the most part. But there are some blurred lines going on somewhere. So, which makes me go down. Some people, not just work, they actually do office romance. Do you think can you do work office romance? Do you think that's
So you
safe to
define
do?
office romances? You got like a husband, wife, or like a girlfriend?
No, like you're single. You actually meet somebody you actually want to date and pursue a relationship with in your company.
Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and say I've seen it. I've seen like a married I know that's not what we're talking about, but I've seen a married couple work at the same company, and it seems, I don't know them like that, but it seems fine. But I've seen people.
Are they in the same department?
No, not in the same department. But they're, the company's not that big, so it's like, okay, but you still see each other, right? Anyway, when it comes to meeting someone in the office, because I mean, it happens all the time. But have I seen like long-term relationships stay? I haven't. I haven't seen it personally. I think it's a bad idea, because like the way I look at it is like, what if you start dating someone in the office and then it ends up bad? You're trapped.
Listen.
You're trapped. You got to get transferred. You know what I'm saying? You got to get a new job.
That
you better
part.
dust off that resume. You know what I'm saying? It's about to get real awkward up in here.
It is. So actually, I looked on. This is funny. Harvard Business Review had like a whole article about this. So it was like legit.
Oh, they've been doing studies on this.
Yeah.
Collegiate studies.
So they were saying it's very doable. And just really quick, back when I was in high school, I had 2 teachers. I didn't know they were dating at the time, but the guy proposed to the lady during our morning announcements. It came on the TV, and he proposed. So obviously they had a office romance, if you say.
Can I ask a quick question? Is that a good how do you, okay. Yeah.
Yes. No, it depends on the couple, and I would say yes.
Okay, all right.
But that's something you have to know for that person, because some people are more private,
right,
and they're like, I wouldn't mind it. I think it would be cute.
Okay,
and sweet.
at work.
Yes.
Okay.
You just have to know that person.
Right. Okay.
It can be just like some people get. This is like totally left field, but like people get proposed to on the jumbotron or whatever, or all those public proposals. It's just you just have to know the person.
Exactly. I agree.
But back to the office romance.
Steamy.
You have to think, like, if you want to pursue that relationship, you have to, like they said, you have to think through the risk, the pros and the cons. Like, if it doesn't work out, can you still maintain? Because, I mean, yes, you can try to get a new job, but nobody's going to just, like, up and quit without anything on the available, another opportunity. So you still have to work through that until you get another job. Make sure you know your company's policy about it. Don't go get because some companies you can't even it don't matter if it's a different department, a supplier, or whatever. They not just frown upon it. They just like totally against it. So you want to think that through, and also just be honest. If you want to come up, let your manager and HR people know. Not immediately, like if you're going on first date, you don't have to like from the jump. But they were saying like once you know this is going to go somewhere, so that way when it comes out, it's not going to be like a downfall. And just be prepared. They said be prepared for the worst. So you have to like have that conversation. Like, so what if this don't work out? What are we going to do? Have a plan. And of course, when things don't go out the way it's supposed to do, you can have a plan all day, but they might not stick to that plan. But just be prepared for the awkwardness, and just you might have to have a couple lunches by yourself, or I don't know, just yeah. So, yeah, it's just there's a lot of yeah, the main dues is know your risk, familiarize yourself with the policies, and talk it through the plan if the relationship don't work. And the don'ts, don't pursue a coworker if you're not serious about a relationship. I don't think it's very good to just do like a casual hookup or whatever. Like that's just not a good thing. I know we were talking about this at dinner with Mr. Sadler. He was just like, it was a thing at some work environments, and I don't think that's a good look.
Can you imagine the HR person like having flings?
Listen, that's a whole.
That's hilarious, bro.
And that's also said, don't date someone you're reporting to, whether it's you're reporting to them or they have to report to you. And then also the last one is don't hide the relationship because it will come out.
Everybody knows.
Everybody knows.
Yes.
Didn't you have something? We said something about that. Everybody knows.
Yeah, it's just
Listen,
like-
you try to hide it, but everybody will know.
When you have your, and I mean, if you're in a full-on relationship, yeah, that's pretty obvious. But like, even the whole like work husband, work bae thing, it's just like everyone can see like there's something, there. You know what I'm saying? So you're not hiding anything.
You're
but
not hiding anything.
Just to make sure we get to the word today, I pulled up James 1:14, verses 14 through 15. And this verse says, "But each person is tempted when he is lured and enticed by his own desire. Then desire, when it has conceived, gives birth to sin. And sin, when it is fully grown, brings forth death." That could be death of all kinds. Death to your career, death to your peace, and, and then, all the other things that come with it. But yeah, just be careful. You know what I'm saying? You can have relationships with the opposite sex within the office in terms of like, friendly and work relationships, and they can be great and they could really help you get through the day and work. There's nothing wrong with that. But just make sure, like we said, you have boundaries and you're being very,
set boundaries.
Just be very, careful about how you interact with people on a day-to-day basis. Because those relationships can be amazing and great, but you don't want to ruin,
Still your workplace. You don't want to.
Yeah, it's your workplace,
Yeah.
So, but yeah. Hey guys, let us know what you thought about today's episode. Let us know, how do you feel about work relationships? Or
Have you ever been in one?
Exactly. How'd that go? And what's the name of your work bae? Because you got one. So let us know in the comments what their name is, how that's going.
What their name is.
Yeah, what their name is. And we appreciate you watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share.
Right now. Do
Right
it
now?
right now.
Right now. We will see you next week. Thank you.
Bye.
So maybe
A, B, C, D, E. Ooh.
say something along the lines of,
Are you in love with someone you work with?
we could start off like that. Are you in love with someone with it?
You're gonna be like that. You're gonna go on the line.